Somebody released a new banger. Goldak, one of my favorite YouTubers, bro. If not favorite CS. CounterStrike Copycats. And I'm not gonna yap, guys. I'm not gonna yap. You got my word for it, bro, okay? If you see a 25-minute video, bro, that's gonna be what? If I talk on it, maximum plus 2 minutes, bro. Maximum plus 2 minutes. Here we go.
CounterStrike has persisted and survived over 25 years because, well, it was quite literally genre-defining. It invented the team versus team elimination mode with bomb defusal.
The first Counter-Strike copycat that comes to my mind, Valerant.
And hostage rescue. Everything else you've seen after that has been a copy, or at least heavily inspired by. From forgotten mods, to Call of Duty Search and Destroy, to Fortnite Ballistic. There have been a lot of Counter-Strike copies that tried
What
to
happened with Fortnite Ballistic, chat? We played a tournament, I played it with JL, I have Fortnite earnings now, $500. Is the game mode dead?
Its success. Some you've probably never heard of, and some you definitely have. Let's go over these games from the oldest to the newest, and see just how well they did, and where they are today. Also,
Fortnite Ballistic. Low-key was a lot of fun.
I won't be including mobile games because there are like a million Counter-Strike clones on mobile. Let's start with one of the first games that tried to copy Counter-Strike.
Wait! Is there a million copycats on mobile? Chat, also iPad? I'm doing a stream, testing out the most goofiest clones on mobile. I have an iPad, chat. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Maybe not today, but very, very soon. Ooh, I may pay to win in them as well. I love pay to winning, bro. Ooh, if they have Apple Pay, bro, you just press bing bing and then face ID and then bang. Oh my god, you have a like OP weapon. And then those kids that don't have $5 to spend, they're just dead. Yo, I love pay to win in those mobile games, I swear.
Tactical Ops Assault on Terror. This video is brought to you by SkinsMonkey. SkinsMonkey is a CS2 trading site that makes it super easy to swap out your old skins for something new. If you've got a skin you're tired of, just head to skinsmonkey.com, pick the one you want to trade, and sort by price, wear, rarity, or whatever you're looking for.
I'm not skipping a chat. I do feel shameless when I skip these because this video is boss. Daisy, best game with voice chat. I played Daisy once, bro. I installed it because it looked fun when Summit 1G was playing it. I walked around on a server that I thought was empty. I was running away from zombies, and then I was inside of a shed. I went up the stairs, just sitting down because I was low HP, and then a guy comes in. I say friendly, and then he shoots me, bro. I uninstalled the game. I never played again. Check my Daisy. I swear I have like 5 minutes in that shit, and I never played it since then. 15 minutes of playtime. I'm not joking when I say this. I thought it would be a nice off-stream game, bro. Never again.
And grab that skin you've always wanted. You can even toss in a little extra if you're trying to upgrade. Use my code GOLDEC for a 5% bonus on your deposit, on top of their existing 30% bonus, so that's a nice 35%. Plus, new users can get a free $5 bonus when you trade $100 worth of skins, or less if you're happy with a lower bonus. Use the link in the description, and don't forget to use code GOLDEC. Huge thanks to SkinsMonkey for sponsoring this video. Now, let's get back to talking about Tactical Ops Assault on Terror. Tactical Ops' very first beta was released in December 1999, only 6 months after Counter-Strike's 1.0 beta release. Similar to Counter-Strike's beginning, it only launched with a hostage mode, but 6 months after Counter-Strike added their own bomb defusal mode, Tactical Ops also added a bomb defusal mode, so it's pretty obvious what it was doing.
And let me guess, Tactical Ops was some big corporate, bro. Was probably like Nestle or something, bro. They see like a small startup working out well, bro, they copy that shit.
Ops basically copied Counter-Strike to a—
Wait. Am I gonna get super Nestle if I say stuff like that? I'm joking.
even having a pretty similar economy system and very similar weapons.
Chat,
the gameplay wasn't the worst thing to me, but weirdly enough, the accuracy was never 100%. Even while standing still and crouched, you are not going to hit what you're aiming at. The spray patterns are also just entirely luck-based. This change alone makes things feel much less precise than Counter-Strike, but the way weapons behave is probably the biggest difference here, with there even being a magazine mechanic, and you can carry two primary weapons, like a shotgun with an AK. Gameplay aside, I actually really enjoy the look of the game. The hostages definitely have that Max Payne face going on, but this guy looks way too happy to be a hostage. The maps are also a lot bigger, which isn't exactly a bad thing, they're just meant for more players. It does make rounds go on quite a bit longer though, with a lot more quiet time in the beginning. Also, like—
Did I play a Counter-Strike clone as a kid? I think one of my favorite games of all time, one of the most nostalgic games of all time for me, is a Counter-Strike clone, is it not? Chat, this is my childhood game right here. For other people, it's World of Warcraft or whatever. For me, this is my childhood, bro. Wait, not Kambalon. That's another childhood. This one I played as well. Wait, what the fuck? Urban Terror. Wait. This one I played, this is like Metin. Wait, this one, chat. Urban Terror. This is, oh my god. It has Quake movement, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, Turnpike!
Affirmative.
Oh! Guys. This is my childhood, bro. Look at the movement. You can like hella speed, and you can, when you crouch jump, you like keep the speed. The movement is crazy. It actually is. And you have an AWP called SR8, and there were SR8 only servers, like AWP only, and it was so much fun. Or zombie mode servers. Oh my god. Was this a CounterStrike clone? Or was it before CounterStrike? I don't even know. Dude, this game makes me so happy when I see it, bro.
Lacking the distinct lanes that Counter-Strike maps had. The maps are pretty neat though, much better looking than Counter-Strike maps in certain aspects. The water effect and skybox in this map looks a little funky, but in a cool way. It kind of looks like a Van Gogh painting. Tactical Ops was developed on the Unreal 1 engine, originally starting as just a mod for Unreal Tournament, having pretty similar origins to Counter-Strike, which was a Half-Life mod. They are of course completely different engines, but they're more like distant relatives. Half-Life's—
Chat, call me crazy, bro. Unreal Engine 5, RTX, blah, 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 blah. Dude, I swear, bro, the fact that everybody can make, like, the craziest, like, graphics nowadays or whatever, and people think, oh, this is the best, so everyone is using it, bro. I swear, like, we're missing character nowadays. We're missing character, bro. Back in the day, there were different engines or whatever. Games looked vastly different. Am I crazy, bro? I don't know, man. Everyone just Unreal Engine slop nowadays. Like, when I play indie horror games, it's all fucking Unreal Engine. They all look almost the same.
Gold Source is a heavily modified version of the Quake engine, which is built for speed, precision, and
highest quality isn't always the best, bro. Character is key.
low latency multiplayer. This is why Counter-Strike has that fast movement and responsive gunplay that made it so popular. Unreal Engine, on the other hand, was designed for more graphical fidelity and had earlier modding support. So even though Tactical Ops may look better than Counter-Strike, especially for being developed so close to it, it still didn't have that Gold Source feel that honestly carried Counter-Strike all the way to today. Tactical Ops was actually quite popular during the era of the sequestered internet.
Never heard of
isolated
this.
gaming communities meant some players discovered it before ever even hearing about Counter-Strike. It was especially popular in Europe since it was developed by the French studio Kamehan Studios, but once Counter-Strike hit retail, it quickly took over Tactical Ops community. But Tactical Ops still continued to stay alive with the help of the modded version called Tactical Ops Crossfire, which has no relation to the other Crossfire, and there are still small communities playing this game to this day. But let's quickly move on to the next game that is actually pretty similar to Tactical Ops, with it also being a total conversion mod for Unreal Tournament. This is called Strikeforce. Strikeforce was first released around March of 2000, so pretty damn close to Tactical Ops. Although this game is actually quite different from Counter-Strike. The most similar aspect has to be the team versus team elimination mode with counter-terrorists and terrorists. Weirdly enough though, there was no hostage game mode or even a bomb game mode, at least not in the version I played. It was just team versus team elimination, which was fun until you couldn't find the last person. This is why there are objectives in Counter-Strike. Other than that, I actually really liked what this game was doing. It was pretty ahead of its time. For starters, look how
Dude, Bomb Defusal is such a great mode, bro. I remember. Oh, but what did Call of Duty always have, Chad? Capture the flag, kinda mid, just points when you kill people, right? Bomb Defusal, bro. Ooh, Search and Destroy. Yeah, Call of Duty, they did have it as well. Yeah. Were they the originator of that, Chad? Or was it CounterStrike? What came first? I don't even know. Search and Destroy or CounterStrike? Or was there even another thing before that? Did CS invent that? Lol, we did? Chad, I didn't know that we invented that.
tough this
I'll
intro
take
is.
it. I'll take
Hell
it.
yeah. I had to change quite a lot of my settings, and installing this game was kind of a pain in the ass. But the first time I played it, I was pretty immersed to say the least.
Bro.
Don't mind my aiming, that shit was at like max volume, so it felt like I was actually getting shot at.
How did he survive? Bro is locked in,
This game is definitely going for a more grounded and immersive feel than Counter-Strike. It added a lot of mechanics, like having a heart rate mechanic that, as far as I could tell, would only limit your jumps similar to the jump fatigue in Counter-Strike today, and make your character sound like he's dying in your ears. It did not make your gun sway, which I thought it would have, but to be fair, that would probably be a lame mechanic. It even had proning, which is pretty crazy to me. You can't actually move in it though, but you for sure could drop shot or fake some deaths with it. There's also an ADS mechanic for every weapon, which for some would just put it closer to your face, scopes for snipers, and some weapons like the Glock had just straight up ADS. But just like Tactical Ops, there is still no 100% accuracy. Why? The buying mechanic was pretty weird in this game as well, which wasn't actually buying at all. You can get whatever you want with this loadout system, and it even had a pocket system for magazines. So the max magazines you could carry for a gun was like 4.
Chad, we have to play Crossfire, I just realized, bro. Isn't Crossfire like absolutely huge in like Asia and stuff? I never played it, bro, never. Can I even play it as a European? Are there like servers and shit? And like voice chat? Or do I have to VPN over?
This was a pretty cool mechanic, especially knowing that you're these prepared...
It's pay to win, say less! Oh my god, I'm locked.
teaser teas that aren't broke as hell like CounterStrike. But the economy system in CounterStrike is actually a pretty neglected aspect of what made it so successful. The maps in the game were pretty cool, especially these Unreal Tournament skyboxes again, but the game itself somehow looks much worse than Tactical Ops. It looks very similar to Gold Source to me here. Even though the maps look cool, they still didn't play in Tactical Ops. It looks very similar to Gold Source to
What is Gold Source? And how do I play it?
Me here. Even though the maps look cool, they still didn't play cool. This was the era of mapping where people didn't quite know what was good yet, so I'll have to give it a pass there. Now, how popular was this game? This game was quite popular for the time, created by a talented and quite extensive list of modders called Team Strikeforce. Strikeforce was at one point one of the most downloaded mods for Unreal Tournament. Sadly, this game never got a ton of updates past its release, and when it did, it was fairly inconsistent. Also, never seeing a retail version, so it quickly died off with some more competition, like Counter-Strike's retail release and even Tactical Ops. The game is now serverless, but still has some small communities that are keeping it on life support. You can still find Strikeforce as well as Tactical Ops on ModDB if you're interested in trying them out. Now let's jump ahead a couple years to 2002, when Barking Dog Studios released their own Counter-Strike.
Wait, that's Pop Dog! Wait, what the fuck?
Game. And if that studio sounds familiar, it's because they actually helped develop Counter-Strike, mainly with Beta 5.0 when Valve got them to help the game for the retail release. They even have skins in Counter-Strike today. Just a couple years after Counter-Strike's retail release, Barking Dog Studios, I guess, was inspired after working on Counter-Strike and released Global Operations in March 2002. Right off the bat, I have to say this was a pretty scuffed playthrough, which I'll get to later. This game had a class system almost like Team Fortress. There's Demo Man, Heavy Gunner, Commando, Recon, Medic, and Sniper. As far as I can tell.
Oh, chat, when I hear classes like this, it brings me back to me as a kid grinding Battlefield Heroes. Oh my god, if you know, you know, bro. If you know, you know, bro. I have to show a picture real quick, bro. There will be some people right now, some unks in the chat like me, bro, where right now something in their brain gets unlocked again. A lost memory, bro. A lost memory. Ooh, Battlefield Heroes, baby. Oh my, wait, that's not a real skin, I think. Yeah, oh my god, this guy, bro. This guy can go invisible if I'm not mistaken. Bro, this game was it. It was it. I swear I love this game so much. Sheesh.
These classes would just get their own.
The server's shut down, sadly, chat. It's not playable anymore. Or at least not on your accounts and stuff. Not officially. CS2 Snitch with the 10 zifted. Pussy on the bussy. Hey, my lamp is turning off. I'm so mad right now. No, it's out of battery, bro. I forgot to charge it before stream.
Gadgets, like Recon would get this shitty ass night vision, Sniper would get a scope, but nothing too crazy other than some health and speed changes. Honestly, the only reason I'm talking about this game is because it was made by some ex-Counter-Strike devs, because this game isn't even really similar to Counter-Strike. For starters, when you die, you aren't dead for a whole round like Counter-Strike. Instead, you and whoever else died on your team wait in a backup helicopter and come back in waves. But the objectives are basically point-driven objectives, like whoever captures a certain item the most gets the most points. In the scuff part I was talking about earlier, I couldn't even actually play the game because for some reason all the bots would zoom around at Mach 5 and had aimbot. I could only play the single player mission modes as well because 1, there's no active servers, and 2, when you make a server it opens a dedicated server instance, so I couldn't actually run the game while having the server up. So yeah, the game seemed pretty interesting if it would work, but honestly the only thing really similar here was there being a buy system, which wasn't even really a buy system.
So
it was
goofy.
Essentially just a point system but with money instead. This game was somewhat popular in the LAN cafe spaces in places like Europe and Canada. The main problem with this game is there weren't many updates for it, nor did it have any modding capabilities. With it being on the Lithtech engine, which is best known for Shogo Mobile Armor Division, Aliens vs Predator 2, and No One Lives Forever. I guess I'm not old enough to know any of these, but apparently it could do some animations much better than Gold Source, which would explain why the game actually had some pretty cool animations in it, especially for 2002 standards. Real quick, I just want to pre-announce that there is a big announcement at the end of the video, so stick around if you're interested. Okay, I'll shut up now. On to the next, where we're going to jump forward only 1 year to 2003, when Infinity Ward released Call of Duty. Now obviously Call of Duty is by no means a copy of Counter-Strike, but I mainly want to focus on a particular game mode that you can probably already guess, Search and Destroy. I'm going to be honest, I didn't know this was a mode that was there since the very first COD, but it makes sense with how popular Counter-Strike was at the time. If you didn't know, Search and Destroy is a game mode that can be found in every Call of Duty game. This mode has two
Call of Duty, bro. Am I the only one that played these games when I was young?
Time. If you didn't know, Search and Destroy is a game mode that can be found in every Call of Duty.
Oh, Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 2, bro. Oh, chat. These games were sexy, I'm not gonna lie. CS the Snitch, Kuss for the 5. Because when you were good at these games, bro, you felt like him. You were just farming kill streaks, bro. No skill-based matchmaking bullshit trying to make it fair for everyone. No bots. Like, it actually felt nice owning these fucking kids that you know they were behind their PlayStation that they got from their mom for Christmas, bro. And you were fucking putting out the dogs kill streak, bro. The K9 unit. Oh my God, bro. Yo, I swear, bro. I swear, what is the worst thing that people can do in games? It's like put bots in the games, bro. It's so fucking annoying. It's so fucking annoying when you're just playing bots. Like, it doesn't feel... Multiplayer, it ruins it, bro.
Game. This mode has 2 opposing teams, where one team defends 2 bomb sites, while another attacks 2 bomb sites.
Shout out to all the kids, bro, who just went 0-10 every lobby, bro. Who let us fucking farm kill streaks, bro. I swear. You guys are the real fucking legends, bro. I mean, I guess the games were so big, people always started out. I started out on Call of Duty and I was the guy getting farmed, right? But man, shout out to because some people, I don't think they ever got a positive KD. Shout out to those guys, bro.
To plant a bomb. Sounds very familiar.
Not me,
even
chat,
had the
not
staple
me.
elimination aspect, where when you die, you had to spectate until the next round. Honestly, COD 1 is surprisingly similar to CounterStrike's gameplay, other than there not being an economy and buy system. There was even no sprinting like CS, so pulling out a handgun or grenade would make you go quicker. Although the game did have proning unlike CS, and even leaning, and I actually only just figured this out, but it has a very similar engine to CounterStrike. It uses the id Tech 3 engine from Quake 3, which, like I said, Gold Source was a heavily modified version of the id Tech 2 engine from Quake. They even both use BSP mapping and have...
Earliest one I played, I think, was Call of Duty 4. Is that Modern Warfare 1? I think so, bro. But my best friend in high school, he had a bigger brother, bro. His brother was like 18 or something, I don't know, and we were like, I don't fucking know, bro, 14 or some bullshit. And that guy, bro, he always pirated games off the internet, bro. Like, I was not comfortable pirating shit. I one time tried to, download something like a key generator for fucking gems in the game or whatever. And on internet, like a cracking fucking generator for code, a PC code. And all of a sudden my PC shuts down and I have a Trojan saying that I fucking was watching some absolutely ridiculous stuff. If you remember that Trojan, bro, where it says, hey, German government caught you or FBI caught you watching stuff that's fully illegal, you know? And then you have to go tell your mom, who probably who at first thinks that this is real and not a virus. Oh my God. Bro, I swear, Jesus. Oh my, and then my mom gave the computer to Computer Fitzek in Lüneburg. Lul. Bro, no. But that big bro, he was confident fucking cracking games and shit, right? And he gave my best friend and I a USB stick with Call of Duty 4. My God.
Pretty similar console commands.
Oh man. I went to level 55 in 4 days or something, bro. I was addicted.
Really imagine Call of Duty without Search and Destroy. Some of my favorite moments in Call of Duty come from it. Ninja diffuses, round-winning kill cams, and sweating knowing my whole team is watching me as the last alive. Honestly, Search and Destroy is probably my favorite COD game mode, aside from One in the Chamber or Gunfight. Search and Destroy is also the face of Call of Duty's esports, as well as some other
One in the Chamber, gun game.
Game modes like Hardpoint and Control, but Search and Destroy had to be the most popular, especially back in the day. But CDL still plays this game mode to this day, so it's obviously a fan favorite, and we have CounterStrike to thank for it. The next game is actually quite some years in the future, and it's one you probably expected to show up in this video. Also, there are other games I'm skipping over, but they'll still be on the timeline. Now we're in...
Oh, nein, don't skip Urban Terror. Goldeck, you're making me so angry right now. Urban Terror, my god, bro. Frozen Zen Studio, my god. Oh my God, chat. This is my childhood right here. This I played before everything. I probably have thousands of hours in this game. It's always hard to think, because we can't look at our hours, right? I feel like I have thousands of hours in this, though. I was even an admin on some servers, bro. I had hella rep, bro. I had hella rep.
Be on the timeline. Now we're in 2007 when a game called Crossfire released. This was, and probably still is, one of the most blatant copies of CounterStrike out there, and this game did amazing. The reason this game did so well is because it mainly catered to China. When CounterStrike was blowing up in the western end of the world, China and a couple other Asian countries were playing Crossfire. You could still play CounterStrike in China, but 1, it had to be pirated, 2, there were no official servers,
Valerant skin, what the hell? Is it playing as that song?
And 3, there wasn't any Chinese language support. So once the developers called Smilegate released their own CounterStrike clone, basically the same damn game, fully catered to the Asian audience, it exploded. This game's peak was in 2013, where it saw over 4 million concurrent players, and in that year alone, it made over 1 billion USD. God damn. There's still a massive esports scene, K-pop sponsors, and now there's even a film adaptation in the works.
4 million for Crossfire, biggest game in the world maybe at that time. Nowadays, Roblox Grow a Garden. 20 million players. Oh, hell nah. What have we become? What have we become, bro? Roblox slop games at the top. Because iPad kids, everyone brain rotting. GG. Steal a brain rot. On Nah, I have to see how many players, chat. I actually don't know. Steal a brain rot. Don't tell me it has 1 million right now. 800,000 players. Steal a brain rot. We have to play this later, chat. I'm actually excited to play Steal a brain rot.
In 2020, they also released a television drama in China about it.
Imagine we unbox bada beam.
That sees the plot of 2 young Crossfire gamers attempting to compete in the Crossfire esports. As of October 2020, the show reportedly received over 1.7 billion views. There was even a secret level episode about Crossfire. So yeah, this one definitely succeeded in copying CounterStrike. But in 2017, CSGO released their official Chinese version, CSGO Perfect World Edition. This massively affected the Crossfire player base, especially with there being the skins market that they can now invest in. But Crossfire still remains very popular in China because of how well it runs on low-end machines, especially now that CS2 has been released. Now, from 2007, we're gonna jump all the way to 2012. There were still a couple games between here, but most are unplayable or were just complete failures. Sort of like this next game, Warface. Warface was a free-to-play game that released in Russia first in 2012, but soon got a global release in 2013. This game was basically a free-to-play Call of Duty type game, but it did include a bomb defusal mode, which was very similar to Counter-Strike. It ran on the Crytek engine, so it was actually pretty optimized for low-end systems and still looked really good. I tried playing this game now, but it was basically impossible. I could still boot up this weird story mode they had, which was sort of fun, and after that, I wanted to try the bomb defusal mode, where I just sat in queue forever. There's somehow around 200 players daily that play this game, yet I couldn't find any. Most are probably in other countries that I can't matchmake with, or playing their weird PvE mode. I'll have to base my judgment on some old gameplay of this game when it was actually alive, so shout out to the people who posted it. It seemed to have had a class-based system, similar to Battlefield, with a rifleman, medic, sniper, engineer, and some other ones that could get their own little gadgets. There was still no economy in.
Am I the only one that likes classes, chat? Of course, in like Counter-Strike, you can become an AWP, you just buy the AWP. But there's something about classes as well, trying to become the rank 1 for that class. You know what I mean, bro? Like grinding a class, making it yours. I don't know.
This game, and the shoot.
Like the AK is viable. You can't become #1 PP Bison player, like you're just trolling, you know what I mean?
Shooting was very simple. No real recoil management needed, which I guess allowed this game to be pretty popular on some consoles. But to be honest, this game never really took off. Where it was successful was in certain countries like Russia, where it was developed and released first, and mainly just Eastern Europe. It was a grindy, shitty, pay-to-win game that just didn't have anything unique for it other than it being on the Crytek engine, so it inevitably saw the decline in players, but it somehow isn't completely dead even to this day. But that's basically any free-to-play game. Next game. Just 1 year ahead in 2013, a very forgotten game was released, Tactical Intervention.
What? Are you with that Diddy shit? Oh,
this game actually has quite a lot to do with Counter-Strike itself. You see, when Counter-Strike was first made all the way back in 1999, it was done by 2 people, Jez Cliff, which we won't talk about, and Min Lee.
Is that the real XQC? Classic. W. Min Lee.
Lee always wanted Counter-Strike to be more. Even though he helped co-create one of the most iconic games of all time, he always wanted to try new things for the game. But the Counter-Strike community hates change. Here's a good quote from Min Lee himself.
Every time we released a new version, our players would complain about things that we didn't even change. This new version is more like, it has more lag than the last version. What did you guys do? We didn't touch anything. What the heck are you talking about? You know, one time I just got so fed up that the next version, I would just artificially subtract people's pings like by -50. So
with Min Lee fed up with basically the lack of control he had over Counter-Strike, he decided to create his own Counter-Strike-esque game starting all the way back in 2008, but he soon got help by a studio named Fix Korea to help finish the game. This game was also built on everyone's favorite engine, the Source engine, and is honestly probably one of my favorite forgotten Source engine games out there, because it was actually really fun, and it doesn't exist on Steam anymore. It had the staple Counter-Strike game.
Is this the one that he had a shirt on for, chat?
Out there, because it was actually really fun, and
Min Lee made this? No, that's the new one. Damn, why does it have mixed reviews? What happened?
It doesn't exist on Steam anymore. It had these staple Counter-Strike game modes like Hostage Rescue and Bomb Defusal, but it switched up a lot about the gameplay itself. Tactical Intervention was much more grounded than Counter-Strike. The guns kill a lot faster, the environment is much more interactable, and there is some crazy gore in this game.
Whoa, what the fuck? Jesus.
It also introduced some new gameplay mechanics like rolling and leaning, and it played very similar to Rainbow Six in some aspects. I honestly think Rainbow Six Siege kinda copied some of it. Tactical Intervention also had a car chase game mode in it, which was always a fan favorite.
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
pussies. Oh.
Wait, this looks good.
Sadly, this game failed pretty miserably. Most players not familiar with Source Engine jank thought this game just felt unpolished, especially for the time, and it just didn't have really good marketing. But those aren't the main reasons it truly failed. Tactical Intervention released only months after CSGO, and it also introduced pay to win. You could unlock super good weapons using a form of in-game currency, which you could earn legit, it just takes forever. So they thought it was a good idea to allow players to skip that grind and just buy it outright. I want to believe this wasn't Minley's idea, and instead the studio fixed Korea, or even the publisher OG Planet's idea. I know Minley still didn't get the freedom he wanted from this game, so kinda sad. This game slowly died off before being taken off Steam, which is honestly a shame. I would probably still play it. Fun fact though, Minley has actually created an even newer game with the CT&T aspect called Alpha Response, but it's really nothing like CounterStrike, but it's still pretty fun. The next game is one I've been wanting to talk about for a while, and a personal favorite of mine, Rainbow Six Siege, released in 2015. If you
Rainbow Six Siege. Chat, call me crazy. I feel like up until Jinxie was like this Siege guy, I don't think I've ever heard of Siege. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Even though the game has been around since 2015. Am I the only one? I swear that shit, it's like fully... It's like its own community in the corner, no? Am I crazy? Or like before Jinx it was, I feel like. I've never played it ever. It's console. Is it mostly on console? Maybe that's why. I turned PC gamer after PlayStation 3. But back then was PlayStation 3. Yeah, I don't know, bro.
If you were like me and got completely fooled by that amazing looking Siege trailer, you probably played the shit out of this game when it released. And although I played Counter-Strike before this, I never really realized how similar it actually was to Counter-Strike, concept-wise. It has a bomb defusal mode and a hostage rescue mode, but it of course differs quite a lot when you dig into things. The defenders are actually the ones with the bombs. Instead, the attackers' jobs are to go in and defuse those bombs using a diffuser, which is basically the bomb in Counter-Strike. The defenders being able to break this diffuser, similar to defusing a bomb in Counter-Strike. I think this subtle switch up with instead terrorists guarding a dirty bomb was a neat change. This game was also very different than Counter-Strike in many other ways, having you be able to blow up walls, choose your bomb site and spawns, watch cameras, repel from walls.
Low-key, very confusing when you play it for the first time, bro. I played it one time in a Jinxie tournament, bro. It is, oh wow, it is a lot. It is a lot. I feel like harder to get into than into Counter-Strike, right? Counter-Strike just shooting. Yeah, you buy AK, you buy M4. There's classes, there's stuff that every class can do. You hear beep, beep, beep. Yeah, you gotta run, you gotta run. What?
Use drones, reinforce and barricade, and of course see tons of gadgets and abilities the operators had, but I love this game. I played the shit out of it.
When you're into it, bro, it's probably addicting as hell, like League.
I made videos on it. I fucking posted to Reddit about it. I love this game.
I feel like the higher the entry point, the more addicting it can be, bro, because it keeps you locked in, bro. You learned all of this already. You spent hundreds of hours learning every class, learning everything, bro. Now you can't leave.
Especially around the year 1 to 2 eras, where I think this game was in its golden age. Call me an old head if you want. The main differences between Siege and Counter-Strike is Counter-Strike fans, they don't like change, like I just talked about. But Siege is the antithesis of that. Siege changes everything every chance it gets. Just look at Siege X. By year 3, Rainbow Six wasn't even the same game. The tactical, more realistic approach to the operation.
Chat, Siege XWL, because we saw the Overwatch rebrand, Overwatch 2, Counter-Strike 2. I see some W's, Okay, not bad.
Had in the beginning of the game were just completely thrown out the window, sometimes even being useless with new operators. By year 7,
why is everyone saying play Ink Game? Who's saying that? And why? What is Ink Game? What is it? Is it on Roblox? Am I getting botted?
They were adding operators with fucking bees. Now the game
1G with the raid. 1G, did you make Ink Game? What the fuck is Ink Game, bro? What the fuck is Ink Game? Hearts in chat for PSP 1G, bro. Or should I say PSP? PSP, we gotta do something, Kerr. I'll think of something. Are you in Cologne? If you're in Cologne, bro, I swear we gotta have a beer. Did he play Ink Game? I'm so confused. The fuck is Ink Game, bro?
Game is on year 10 and completely different than how it was when it began. And man, I miss those early days of Siege. Siege is sadly plagued with the live service system, constantly having to up itself with new operators, gadgets, and gameplay changes. It's things like that
I know this game! Wait. Counter-Strike 2.
Reason Counter-Strike has managed to stay alive to this day. Not much really changes about Counter-Strike, especially with it being 25 years old. And when things do change, you can count on the fan base being utterly pissed about it. That's just what makes Counter-Strike Counter-Strike. Now Siege isn't exactly a failure by any means. It just isn't what it used to be. And I know 99% of the people will agree with me there.
Really?
Siege was ambitious for the time, may have overpromised a little, but ultimately it was a success. It just had to keep changing and isn't even comparable to how it used to be. But in the beginning, I think it was a perfect replacement for Counter-Strike, being a much much more tactical version with obviously much different gameplay that I personally loved. So
LOL!
Strike being a much more tactical version with obviously much
That lamp is a fucking throwback, bro.
different
I swear every German household used to have one of these, bro. Every grandma had one.
gameplay that I personally loved. So shout out Rainbow Six Siege, but that's enough about it. Let's jump ahead even more into the future, skipping past most of those boring free-to-play clones, which I'm sorry for not covering, but they are very boring. And we're now going to the year 2020, where nothing bad happened at all and was totally just a normal year.
COVID. Aware.
A couple months before this, Riot was teasing a game codenamed Project A. Whatever could that game be? Valorant. Now, Riot seems to have a knack for copying Valve games. First, it was League of Legends completely stealing the idea from Dota. Now they decide to steal the concept of CounterStrike and create their own version of it, which honestly was pretty fun. I remember playing this game in the beta back in 2020, and I was hooked.
I remember fucking watching, who was it? Shroud, Anomaly? I can't remember, bro. Waiting for a code, bro. Grrr. Yeah, chat. ohnepixel, bro. I didn't even play the game. I just wanted a code, bro. You felt like you were not a part of it, bro. Everybody like, I just got my code. People on Twitter, I just got my Valerant code. I just got my Project A code. Bro, I was waiting for my fucking code so mad. Then I finally got the code and I never played it. Bro, I swear I got the code and never played it.
Immediately. It's basically just CounterStrike with hero abilities. It also did some creative twists on staple CounterStrike things. Like the bomb wasn't
the only one who
actually
didn't have one.
Instead, it was something called a spike, which isn't even actually meant to blow anything up. It's instead teleporting this rare material called Radianite to another parallel Earth.
What?
Yeah, the lore is a bit confusing.
Wait, I don't know
this. It nailed the economy system as well. It even had a pistol round in the beginning, and learning this game when it came out was a blast. The abilities allowed so much more creativity than just boring old smokes and grenades, which could be a good thing or a bad thing for you. A lot of people actually like the simplicity of Counter-Strike, which is exactly why it has survived for so long. So even from the start, people were speculating Valorant's downfall, especially Counter-Strike fans. Don't talk to them about liking Valorant. But Valorant had a shortening lifespan from day
one. I hate Valorant, bro. You know me, bro. You know me. This is your safe space, Valorant haters, bro. This is your Actually, wait, scheiße. Up until October, maybe, bro. October, we may be doing one stream a little bit. I don't know, bro. You will see.
One, in my opinion. Even the
it's up in there, though.
Esports was lackluster and was very hard to watch. This game also had a problem with them
Don't clip
adding
this
new
and show it
agents
to me in 3 months. Chill.
to the game every couple updates, very similar to Rainbow Six Siege. Valorant thrived for many years. It was a good game and one I found myself to be very familiar with. I learned the lore of it, which is surprisingly good. I learned my favorite agents. I grinded comp. I wasted so much money into skins, albeit pretty cool skins. But now
I wasted how much on that snowflake? Oh, hell nah. Bro is cooked. VCT champ stream? I don't know what that means. Is that in October? Guys, we may do one stream. One. I did say always. Can I say this? I don't even know, bro. But maybe in October, I think there's the biggest event. And there may be some talks in the back trying to get like, you know, that we can watch it for one day. Only the final day. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe, hey, I think it could be funny. Not a hashtag ad. I'm just asking for perms. I have to beg for perms, lul. They know that I'm not the #1 Valorant fan. But hey, I do want to watch one time esports. And it is the biggest thing apparently in October. But yeah, Pragey chat, Pragey.
It kind of sucks. And I think most Valorant players or ex-Valorant players would agree. Valorant just isn't the same anymore. I don't think it will ever die, but it has gone through at least a couple rounds of Valorant players. Riot knew what they were doing with this game. They made well over $500 million from this game and clashed heads with the Counter-Strike behemoth itself. It still has some life in it, so it's hard to say where it'll be in the future. But they have done a console release and are even doing a mobile release right now, which isn't ever really
is annoying me, bro. Like that they're doing these things, bro. I swear that would be crazy for CounterStrike as well. Like, how are they cooking so hard? Chat, I swear, imagine like there's so many, there's crazy, like PUBG Mobile is huge. Imagine like an official CounterStrike opening cases on the go. Like, oh my god, what are we doing, Valve? Are we lazy, bro? Come on, cuz.
Really a good sign. Regardless, this game will always hold a special place in my heart. It's a point I've made pretty apparent in my 2 other videos about this game, which I also said I would never talk about Valorant again, which I just did.
Don't they also have League on mobile, bro? They have League on mobile, Valorant mobile coming, I guess. Alter. Like, are they fast programmers?
We're going to December 2024 and looking at Fortnite, specifically Fortnite Ballistic, which is an early access Fortnite mode.
Yo, this game? I don't know if it was my friends that I played it with. I had a fun time, chat. I had a fun time, bro. If you know, you know. We played this one tournament, bro. The Amar tournament with JL, Furious. Who else was in it? The one guy that we found on Twitch. Was Yamato with it as well? Ah, and Moxie. Yeah. Bro,
that was released
was
very
nice.
recently. You might not have even heard of it, considering it's not too popular.
What?
Now, I remember
Oh my god.
recently. You might not have even heard of it, considering
Ballistic is drawing in crowds. Oh my god.
it's not too popular. Now, I remember this game at launch, and it was pretty dookie. My first and only experience was loading into a map that looked like Split from Valorant, and proceeding to have half my team AFK and spawn. I never tried the game after that one encounter, so I decided to try it again, and I was pretty surprised. If you had never experienced CounterStrike before, and were unfortunate enough to only be able to play Fortnite, this wouldn't be a terrible experience. It's CounterStrike, but being able to play as Meow Skulls with Air Forces on, and having a skibbity toilet backbling. At the beginning of the games, you get to choose something called a flex gadget. You're basically an agent select, but instead with utility. A pretty interesting idea.
Wait, they added a new one. This health shit is new. Wait, this one is new as well. Wait, what the fuck? They made updates? I only know 5. I only know these 5. Was? That is crazy, chat. That I haven't even heard of that. Alter, they're fucking up. Was? What are these? What I guess healing? And what is this, chat? Is it like a Molotov? I actually want to know. It's a boost, speed boost. And what is this one? This one I also don't know. Alter, I can't believe how bad is their marketing that I've never heard of it. Whenever a new Valerant agent gets released, I see it. Run fast. Stormtrooper. Yo, no, this is the guy that's selecting. Oh my god.
With some interesting consequences.
Yo,
you could still buy flashbangs and smokes, but that was it. If you wanted a Molotov, you would have had to choose that in the beginning. It does help to add some team roles, I guess. Gunplay was pretty satisfying in my opinion, even having spray patterns that were slightly randomized, but not as egregious as Valorant or even Tactical Ops. It even got down the needing to stand still for accuracy, which was kind of funny spectating people that didn't know and were just spraying like it was Call of Duty. There was also sprinting, sliding, and even climbing, which didn't work well on the old map I played, but this newer map had some spots.
There's a new map? That's crazy, bro. I actually want this game to do well, chat. I want to, like, low-key, I don't know, hop in here and there. I was grinding off-stream to the highest rank, chat. I got champion, I think. Yeah, off-stream I got champion.
That seemed to be designed for climbing specifically, which was a pretty cool aspect to get used to. The economy and buy system was pretty accurate as well, even having light and heavy armor. I only played one match, but I
didn't do Unreal, but I got champion, the red one.
I actually had a pretty decent matchup. I didn't feel like I was just stomping noobs, but overall, I secured the win.
Yeah, own these plebs. Own these iPad kids.
With this being in early access, it's not too bad in my opinion. It definitely had its...
Low-key they need kill streaks, bro. Low-key they need kill streaks. Call me crazy, chat. Like, I don't know. Like, we have CounterStrike and it's awesome. We did have Call of Duty and it was awesome. It's very different, right? It's very different. It's ADHD, it's fast-paced. It's you feeling like boss when you get a crazy kill streak and stuff. Bro, I'm telling you, bro. For this right here, this feels like the game that can have kill streaks, bro. Sometimes I was like saying like, why does Valorant not have kill streaks? I'm telling you, bro. Kill streaks are so awesome. I love it.
Problems in the beginning, but if they keep updating this game and making it feel a bit better, like adding an FOV slider, I can see it being pretty fun. The main thing that would make this game mode immediately better is more responsive gunplay, but that probably has to do with the netcode, but it's already better than my old experience. It might sound blasphemous to say, but Fortnite Ballistic was not a terrible...
Hey! One more in-game Roblox in the chat, you're getting... Yo, hey. What the... Hey. Who's doing this? Tell me right now. Literally, Jack, what the fuck is in-game, you piece of shit? I swear I'm getting angry right now. Is it bots? Chat, is it bots? I actually want to know. Talk to me right now. Talk to me right now. What is it? It's Squid Games. Like a new one? How have I never heard of it?
CounterStrike copy.
It can't be better than the last Squid Games that we had in Roblox. That shit was OD.
Also pretty popular based on my standards, but for Fortnite standards, it's pretty small, with it having 3,000 active players when I checked it out. Still impressive. Lastly, let's go to 2025 and talk about Frag Punk. Frag Punk, developed by Bad Guitar Studios, is an interesting one. I want to preface this by saying this game does install a kernel-level anti-cheat to your computer, but I play Valorant, so I don't care. Anyways, this game actually did a very good job of being inspired by...
This game looks kind of goofy.
CounterStrike, but basically being completely different at the same time. It's kind of an uncanny resemblance. Firstly, there is a buy system, but not really. Instead, you can only pick 2 guns from a category. So if you die twice and use up your 2 shotgun uses, you can no longer use a shotgun, at least until you switch sides. Also,
I think these guys wanted to sponsor a stream. I never accept sponsors, bro, because I feel like I have to keep it real, you know? And like I'm scared that I don't like the game. Like if the game is goofy, bro, I'm gonna say it, bro. And then it's just like problems, you know? Then I'm gonna get sued or something, bro. Oh my god, bro. I think they reached out, bro. Is it good?
There are flashbangs, Molotovs, grenades, but they're actually like
he's
pistol
mentioning it
launchers.
must be good.
You don't actually throw them out. It's also a hero-based shooter. How awesome. So you have to deal with all those abilities on top of the utilities, and on top of all that, the whole gimmick of the game is something called shard cards. Essentially, at the beginning of each round, your team gets to vote for a shard card that can do things like letting you use cameras around the map, letting you place the bomb wherever you want, be able to go to sleep to heal. They're just so
Bro, you're playing a show match. The helly? Interesting concept.
so many things you can do, which is sort of fun, but it kind of got old to me. I think this game would be pretty fun as just a basic Valorant CS copy without adding a gimmick like that, but it's an impressive idea that they actually pulled off. The guns in this game are probably my favorite part though. The animations are sexy as hell, and getting some good plays in this game is actually pretty satisfying. It does help that everyone is ass.
Is everyone ass or is it bots? Because he just killed a guy called Sinner. I hate games that have bots, I swear on everything, bro. Like if your game... that's just annoying, bro. It doesn't feel the same.
Overall, the gameplay is actually not horrible, but you do have to get past that kernel level anti-cheat and the pretty abysmal style and marketing this game has. It is probably the most boring, overdone style any game could have. It's a
But I guess facing bots is annoying for us. For us in the, like, us as a community, because we are all pro gamers, bro. I hope I can speak for you guys as well. But if you imagine those ADHD TikTok brain rot kids, bro, or whatever, or like people that can't, are not the best gamers. They play casually. They don't know if somebody's a bot or not. For them, it's probably like, you know, like then fun.
Mix of Apex, Valorant, and somehow trying to be arcane. The style is just super
For me, it just ruins it, I swear, bro. This new Clash Royale mode, it has all bots when you reach like a good rank. Like the tactics one, bro. Then you stop playing it, bro. It's just bots.
Force to me. But that's honestly my biggest gripe about this game. It's still not a game I'd personally play a whole lot, but I did have some fun with the little bit I played. Now, how well is this game doing? Damn. At its launch on Steam, it had around 113,000.
Hey, if you locked in...
Now, how well is this game doing?
If you locked in that ohnepixel sponsorship, I swear we could have made records. We could have made records. Hey. Just needed to be a little bit higher. That number needed to be a little bit higher, bro.
Damn. At its launch on Steam, it had around 113,000 players.
What
it has
could have been?
dwindled to around 4,000. This, of course, doesn't include console player charts, but it isn't doing as well as even I had expected. I wouldn't say it has failed quite yet. It is very new, but I do think there are a lot of gimmicks to deal with in one game. Some players love the chaos this game brings with the shard cards, but also most players are looking for a consistent game to play, not one whose whole identity is inconsistency. Combine that with the hero abilities and utilities, and it gets pretty muddy. That's at least my take on it. And that about ends the timeline of CounterStrike copies, for now. As a huge CounterStrike fan, I honestly hope games keep copying it. Obviously, they will never top the original, but the team versus team elimination mode has to be one of my favorite.
Loki, we need them to copy us, chat. We need them to copy us so Valve gets a kick in the ass. Imagine actual good copy, and then it's getting sus. Collectors scared for their skins, a game on the new horizon. People leaving because they get skins for free in the other game or whatever it is. And the gunplay is similar, it sucks, people are happy. Bang, what do you do, Valve? What do you do? You gotta improve, you gotta come up with new stuff. Lock in.
PvP game modes. Something about being spectated as you clutch up a 1v4. No game gets me the adrenaline like that. Alright, time for the big announcement. My little character might finally become a real plushie, thanks to Makeship, but I need your help to make it happen. All it takes is 200 pledges at just $2. I will say though that this pledge is on top of a pre-order for the plushie itself. So if the goal gets hit, you get your plushie shipped to you. And if it doesn't, you get your money back.
I do like his mask.
I'd seriously love to see this little guy turn.
But are people gonna call me a furry if I have this in my room? That's the real question.
Into a real plush, and it'd mean a lot if you
This is not my persona, bro. My persona is very different, bro. This is not my persona, bro.
Help me out. Now that that is out of the way, thank you for tuning into the Alex update. In case you didn't know, I sort of
doesn't look like me, bro.
got a little kitty who I named Alex. She is a very adorable Lynx Point Siamese that I got off Craigslist. She's been amazing to watch grow, and she also has single kitten syndrome. She definitely has a personality. She still lets me give her plenty of chin scratches though. Now, if you've actually made it this far, I love you so much.
I have to shout out a sponsor as well. Don't go on Craigslist to buy your pet or PetSmart or whatever. Go to your local animal shelter. Wichtig, bro.
Now, if you've actually made it this far, I love you so much. And hopefully this will grow a parasocial relationship.
Unless you have kids or whatever and you don't know if the animal, you know. But they inform you as well. I enjoyed that.
CounterStrike has
smash that like button. Leave him a sub right now. If you're not subbing to Goldeck yet, you are missing out on great fucking content, bro.